What it do, everybody? It's your boy King Crowder back again with another edition of History You May Not Know and Things That Are Not Taught in Detail for Show. Today's lesson, we're going to be talking about a pathologist and an international geneticist known as James E. Bowman, better known to everyone else as Dr. Bowman. He was an American physician who specialized in pathology genetics. He was a pathology and genetics professor at the University of Chicago School of Medicine. He published more than 90 weeklies across human genetics, population genetics, ethical, lethal, and possible issues that are formed in human genetics. He was better known as the Chicago Black American History Award because of his work was so groundbreaking. What we want to do is dive into this American icon, break down why his legacy was so needed, and what he did to change America inside out. Dr. Bowman was born February 5th, 1932 in D.C. If you're from D.C., stand up. He is the eldest of 5 children. His mother, known as Dorothy Bowman, a homemaker. His father was James Edward Bowman Sr., a dentist. His parents were Black Americans. He attended Dunbar High School and then before earning his undergraduate and doctor's degree from the great institution as Howard University in 1943 and 1946. He did his internship at the Freedman Hospital in D.C. and he wanted to go to the Providence High School in Chicago, where he did research on the St. Luke's Hospital, in which he studied Black American residents. He wanted to study what was the clinical ideology between what we were raised and what we're going through and how it affects us from multiple periods of time. In his career, following his residency, he began to serve as a church of pathology in Providence Hospital in Chicago. He was drafted and spent 1953 and 1955 as a chief of pathology of the Medical Nutrition Laboratory in the Army Hospital in Aurora, Colorado. After leaving the military, he moved overseas. My wife and I decided we're not going to do anything back that smacked of segregation, he recalled. He became a pathologist in Iran. He wanted to take his work internationally. He wanted to learn outside of the ramifications that we grew up in, and he wanted to translate it back to America. They were newly married. They did not have children yet, and their lives completely changed as their eldest daughter was born in Iran. In Iran, he saw many diseases for the first time. He saw smallpox, rabies, and all sorts of things. One of the most common diseases under a certain ethnic group, Iran, was glucocephadrous virus. It was an inborn metabolic disease caused by the enzyme deficiency in the red blood cell. The mutation in this most common human enzyme defect renders the ability to break down foundations as far as fever beings. This led to a multiple important disease of inherent blood disease to the population that affected in the Middle East, Africa, and some parts of the Americas. It enabled him to travel to the world to collect multiple blood samples and DNA, which led to the multiple concentrations that he began to do research in Chicago. Bowman joined the faculty in Chicago again in 1962 as a professor of medicine and the director of the blood bank. He was promoted to full-time professor and director of laboratories in 1971. From 1973 to 1984, he directed the University Comprehensive Sickle Cell Center. Sickle cell, if you did not know, was primarily a Black American disease that was affected from history, trauma, and different things. Dr. Bowman led the foundation to define it, break it down, understanding disease management, where it comes from, how it happened, and giving its foundational steps. As he began to serve as a dean to focus on the study of medicine from 1986 to 1990, let's go back a little bit more. In 1972, he started the mandated screening for sickle cell, more harmful than beneficial. These laws reviewed the past misadvantages of racism and eugenics movement. He argued the time, adding, and adult screening programs were inaccurate, misleading, and politically motivated propaganda. If you want to know about the random screenings that happen, I would advise you read the book called Medical Apartheid. Medical Apartheid breaks down that literally jobs were screening Black Americans for sickle cell. Think about this for a second. Hospital records are supposed to be private. privately held, privately restricted, and your personal beliefs. When did job or career have access to these records? Medical Apartheid breaks that down in detail. Get the book. Let's keep going back to Dr. Bowman. He was the first Black American tenured in biology division at the University of Chicago. He established multiple departments. He made sure to hire Black American doctors, hire Black American surgeons, and made sure that other people served as the board and had access to what he did in his lifetime. In his own personal life, he was married to Barbara Bowman. They were the one of them and what would be known as a senior advisor to Barack Obama's campaign. Sadly, Dr. Bowman's life was cut short September 28, 2011, at the Chicago University Medical Center, when he died at the ripe old age of 88. What he did, Dr. Bowman, in his lifetime was multiple articles, research about genetics and how they affect us. He used past, current, and current DNA to break down the pathology, the genetics, and how our diseases can be folded through multiple sources. He broke down barriers. He broke down segregation. He posed them. He was a physician that led his family and his lifestyle as he grew. The great Dr. Bowman deserves his flowers. He's an icon. He's a leader. He's an established personnel, and he did above and beyond expectations to lead his family and his community. Dr. James Bowman, an American icon whose story has not been told. We appreciate you, sir, and I'm here to give you your flowers. It's your boy, back again. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully the information was present and informative to you. I hope this information helps you. I hope you continue to learn, and I hope you continue to enhance your studies. I'm here just to give you a glimpse of light, y'all. That's all I want to do. Help you learn and understand why this information is beneficial. It's your boy, King Crowder, checking out. Until next time, peace.